Good morning, January 22nd, 6:19 a.m. over on the very cold East Coast, Eastern Standard Time. Taking a look today at XRP. It has been a bloodbath for the cryptocurrency markets. XRP this morning sitting down 8%. Want to take a quick look over here at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, sitting at a 13. We are sitting in extreme fear. If you have the mindset of Mr. Warren Buffett, then you get greedy when others are fearful. And this indicator shows that the masses are fearful. And if you look around on the media platforms, they would tend to agree with this. One quick thing I want to mention here in the video, just looking over my Google Analytics, excuse this, and it says that 92% of my viewers are not yet subscribed to the channel. So if you like this video, if you're into XRP, Bitcoin, Tesla, stock market futures, ETFs, consider subscribing to this channel for some similar videos. I greatly appreciate all of my subscribers. All right, back to the XRP chart. I will leave a link to this Fear and Greed website so you can keep track of it. And if you read through this website, it will tell you how they derive these numbers. Pretty interesting, sitting in big old extreme fear. Over to the XRP chart. A couple things I see here from a very stepped back view is currently we are finding support in this prior area. I had mentioned that in another video that you could look for the price if we went down to stop within this area here, or at least find support there for some time. And as you can tell by where we are trading at today, which is this candle and that horizontal red line, you can see that at least now we have stopped there and found some support. We are putting in a nice wick here. The low today was 54, and we are currently trading at 58 cents. So a couple cents off the low there. I had mentioned that if we undercut the low that was created on December 4th, 2021, that low was 65 cents. If we did undercut that, then we would be heading into this area shown over here that was created back in June through July in 2021. So that's currently where we are sitting at right now. So that's a good sign to see. Was this the last rug pull before the final stage higher? We will see. Let me clean up my chart here a little bit. There's a couple other things I want to mention. There is let me put a horizontal line on the chart, and that will be, so 43 cents is an area that if we do continue lower here on XRP, I will be looking for that as a current stopping point. It is quite a bit lower than where we're at now, but we are closer now than we have been since this June through July timeframe back in 21. 43 cents is a level that XRP should find some very solid support at, assuming we don't find support where we're at today. But in the coming days or weeks, if we trend lower, I would look for a nice support area down in 43 cents. Keep it on your charts. Keep it in the back of your mind. Tough, probably painful for a lot of you, but this is what these markets do. 43 cents also correlates with, let me put a box on the chart here. 43 cents also correlates with all of this prior price action. So we should see some very good support if we get back down to those levels. That's what I'm looking for if we undercut these lows here in June through July of 2021. Anything below that, I don't really have anything in mind below that. I will have to go through this a little bit deeper if we do get down to those 43 levels and move forward from there. But that's definitely a solid area I will be looking for some price support. All right, so enough with the downside action, although we cannot ignore it. Let's look to the upside. I'm going to zoom in here. So for the upside of XRP, assuming you're looking to get into a position, you're not buying these very, very nasty red candles. Our mantra is we like to buy strength. So we are looking for XRP to get up into this 80-cent range before we have any conviction that the downward southern slide, the downtrend is over. So that's what we're looking for. We would like to see XRP in the 80-cent range before, let me put a line here on the chart, before we have any conviction that much higher prices are coming. That is what our models tell us, and that is what we are sticking with. And the same goes with the downside. We like to sell weakness and buy strength. If we do get above this 80-cent range, assuming we find support here, if we find support above 80 cents, we're probably going much, much higher. So you might ask yourself, well, why not buy here? Well, it's because we're still showing extreme weakness. We need some conviction to the upside before we feel comfortable getting into a much longer, larger position with XRP. So that's what we're looking for. If we do get above that 80-cent range, we think we will probably head much higher, putting these old highs here behind us. But until then, it's just unless we V-bottom out of here, which would be fine because that'll get us back above that 80-cent level. But if we just kind of bounce around in here and then head lower, perhaps to that 43-cent level, that could be possible as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at here on XRP. Assuming we don't find a bottom here at 58 cents or give or take around that level, which correlates with this prior June and July level, then we will be looking for 43 cents on our charts right around here. And if we find a bottom there, then we will have a lot of confidence that the price will now be ready to move higher. If that's the case, our 80-cent range will change. It will not be quite as high, but as of now, we're thinking around the 80-cent level is what we're looking for before we have any kind of conviction that, all right, XRP price is probably heading much, much higher than where we are currently at. So that's what we're looking for XRP. It is great to see that we are sitting in extreme fear here in the markets, although we can sit in these levels for a long period of time. And that's another reason why we like to see strength before getting into longer term positions, because you can buy this extreme fear on the charts and the price can continue lower and lower and lower. So that would not be good unless you have a very, very long-term mindset and you're holding a position for a very long time. But for the shorter-term traders, that's what we are kind of talking about here. We like to buy strength and sell weakness for those holding positions out for multiple years and so on. And you just want to lower your average cost and you believe the price will rise over time to very high levels. That's kind of a different approach than kind of what we're talking about here. Kind of talking about more of the trading mentality here. So, all right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. Keep your eyes on XRP. It looks like as of today, anyhow, that we're putting in some kind of a bottom. Whether it holds or not, time will tell. If we start to rise into that 70 to 80 cent range, that's probably some good confirmation that today's low was the low. Kind of like back in here on December 4th, we put in this big nasty candle down to that 65 cent range, closed up, and then continued to move higher for some time before essentially rolling over. But at that time, that was a nice opportunity. You could have had a nice short-term trade there if you have some rules or some models wrapped around some shorter-term price action and time. But like I said, where we're sitting at today, we need some work to be done to the upside before we have some conviction that XRP is done going down in price. And if we lay the Fibonacci's on our chart, we do not have any lower areas for support. I will actually put them on my chart real quick. Now this will be a rough, let me see where these are. This will be rough Fibonacci's. It's not going to be exact top or exact bottom. If I can find them here, I don't even know where they are. Here they are. So right around this $3.30, and then we'll drag down to the low, which was around 11 cents. And then we'll zoom in here so you can see what I'm talking about. Is we don't have anything down here as a Fibonacci level to look for the price to find support. We just have prior basing structures and price action to go off of. To the upside, though, is a little bit of a different story. I'll zoom in here so you could see. So at this Fibonacci level right here, which is the, let me see here, at the 0.236 fib level, we have an area that we could see priced right around that 86 cent range, give or take. This level right here correlates with our 80 cent area, although it's a little higher. That is an area that you can look for the price to get pulled back up to, whether it finds resistance there or turns it into strength, which is what turns it into support, which is what we want to see for higher price action. But if you look over to all of this trading action, you could see it was finding resistance and then it turned it into support, back to overhead resistance before essentially on January 2nd, bumping its head on that line and then essentially rolling over hard. So that's just the fib levels on the chart. And then this also gives us higher areas to look for here. So $1.30-ish, $1.74. Those are also other areas that if we do break above this 80 cent level, it's 85, give or take, it's around that level, then these are other areas where the price will find some overhead troubles. But once it breaks through that, then we can look at the next fib number and look for, you can use them as price targets and so on. As well as to the downside, you could see the Fibonacci, right, let's call it right around September 21st. We pulled back to this fib and we actually found support there. And then we moved higher. So they're good to use. Check them out. I am on TradingView, and you can lay them on the chart. So what I did here was, now you can fine adjust this. It took the high, the all-time high, and then the low over here, and drag them onto my chart, and then it'll lay out these fib numbers for you as well. And they do come in handy, but you want to set them up exactly. Mine are a little bit rough here, but they're very close. And they'll give you overhead. So if you're looking for overhead price targets, then you want to lay these on your charts. So whereas Bitcoin has made this 3.618 Fibonacci move, it's almost on a full retrace. You can take the fibs, lay them over Bitcoin, and you'll see that Bitcoin has made it all the way up to this 3.618 fib level. And that would put XRP in that $11 range, which would be incredible. And we do still believe that will happen. It's just a matter of time. So some fun there, some higher price targets for XRP. It's always fun to look at these Fibonacci levels with these overhead targets. And then if we did a full fib retrace, this would get us up to that $13 range. But we do have a lot of work in the short term. If we don't find support here, 43 cents. If we do find support here, we got to get above that 80-cent range before we could see the price go up much higher into the multi-dollar range. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the subscribers and everybody who hits that like button. Have a great weekend. Keep an eye on XRP price where it's at now, 43 cents. And if we do move higher, 80-cent range is an area we would like to see the price get above. All right, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.